Mayad nga agahon, coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan, in Western Visayas in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of coffee in my coffee with Gino cup here. My Copico Blanca. Copico Blanca is my choice of a 3-in-1 coffee here in the Philippines. It's coffee, cream, and sugar all in one powder form. Just put it in your cup, put hot water, and you have a nice cup of coffee. That still told me I got a little tan from my face because I did catch a lot of sun yesterday. I had my hat, but man, it was like the sun was like intense. It was intense yesterday. It was in the 90s for sure, above 90s yesterday. Extremely hot. And with all the people in Calibo, there was just a lot of people. That made it even more hotter. It just feels like it because like everywhere you go, there's just a ton of people in Calibo. It was the last day of the festival yesterday. They had a nice fireworks display at Pastrana Park to end the celebration. So 2026 Ati-Atihan in Calibo is done. It's like no more Ati-Atihan in Calibo. What's up, Gino from Kevin Shores? Hey, Kevin, thank you for joining the live stream. Hey, Edgar, good morning, Edgar. Gino, the man on the go, man. I gotta like recover from all the festivities at the fiesta. I'm a little bit tired. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit tired from all the festivities, but a lot of fun as always. And it was a great festival. I think to me it's one of the best festivals for me, just because it felt just so organized, really organized. I mean, the police did an outstanding job. I mean, for a festival that lasted like started January 11th to yesterday the 18th, that's a long festival. To have that many people in one area, like hundreds of thousands of people, it's like they had the big mass yesterday in front of the cathedral. They had an elevated, like outdoor where they held the mass. I mean, I saw the picture. Oh, Pastrana Park, the entire on the side street, everybody was like attended that mass yesterday morning at Pastrana Park at the cathedral, Calibo Cathedral. To have that many people in one place and not have an incident, nobody got hurt, nobody created trouble. I mean, that's just amazing. I mean, it helps that you had nearly 3,000 police, 3,000 police in Calibo, but still handling the traffic, handling that many people. It's like amazing job by Calibo police, police from everywhere in Panay Island, Iloilo, Capiz, Antique, they send their police here. Even Negros Island sent their police here. And just to me, hats off to the mayor. Mayor Calibo is just outstanding. All right, can you discuss this as your? Oh, somebody like messaged me. Can you discuss this as your topic? But I didn't see the topic. It was just a question mark. So I'll have to look later. I will look at the WhatsApp message. I do get that. I get messages from people. Can you discuss this topic? And I am more than happy to do that. I'll make whatever you send me. I will make that into a topic. I have to turn on the fan because, man, it is warm. It is warm already. Let me check the AccuWeather. Must be lying to me. AccuWeather. What's? It says 23 degrees Celsius. That's in the 70s degree Fahrenheit. Man, bet it feels warm in the living room here. I'll turn the fan towards me here. Let me just show you outside so you can see. Hopefully it doesn't cut my internet. I'm just gonna be right at the door because yesterday it did mess up my live stream. But you can just tell, man, that sun is shining bright. Look at that sun, man. That is just bright. Already starting to heat up here. It's not even 7:20, man. 7:21, man. Just a bright, bright sun this morning. No clouds, no rain clouds. It did not rain at all yesterday. Um, it was just super hot. It felt like summer. It felt like summer in Calibo yesterday. And I think we're done with all the rain, all that. Oh, let me just close the door. It's so our sun is so bright. I think we're done with all that rain. We are now in the dry season. The dry season. Hopefully here in our area of Western Visayas, but because there's still a tropical storm. There's still a tropical storm. Like let me just look at the windy app here real quick. Looks like it's east of northern Luzon. I see on the map like into Tuguegarao. Let me see what Pag-asa is saying here. On the Pag-asa is like the weather channel here in the Philippines, the government agency that handles all the weather here in the Philippines. It says here the Bicol region, that's like in Luzon, like central Luzon, Aurora, Quezon, and northern Samar. Cloudy skies. Samar is kind of like still eastern Visayas. Cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorm. It's a trough of it's a tropical depression now. It's no longer a tropical storm. Ada. So the first typhoon of 2026, Ada, ADA. Possible flash floods in area, landslides due to heavy rains. But pretty much, we're not in there anymore. Like Western Visayas is not on the forecast anymore for any weather. So looks like the great weather we're having today is gonna hold, because like it was sunny yesterday. I'm expecting good weather from now on, because January, we're almost in February, and this is kind of like the dry season already in the Philippines. My friends and I, Joel and Chris, his brother, we're actually going to go to Boracay this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we're going to be in the beaches of Boracay. It's going to be awesome, awesome trip. Metro Manila, rest of the country, localized thunderstorms for Metro Manila and the rest of the country. So there's still a chance of thunderstorms, but looking at the skies outside, man, it's like blue skies and sunny weather here in the Numancia, Aklan. Michael M., my brother in Northern California. Good morning, brother Gino. All right. Joe Cano, Afam. Hey, Edgar. Future farmers, Levi, my friend in Malay, in Katiklan, Malay, Aklan. Good morning, Levi. Bizwax, hello, Bizwax. My friend in Davao. See, I'm getting reports from everywhere. You know, it's like all, you know, you guys give me all the information, like do my research actually, you know, because when I ask people, hey, how's it there in Davao? You know, how is it there in Northern California? You know, I get a lot of information through the live stream here. And then when I start chatting with people offline. Fortune, hey, good morning, George. My Fortune and I, we had a long chat last night. We were like just having fun, you know. I just got back from the final day of Ati-Atihan. I was just relaxing. I was chatting with a good conversation with Fortune last night. My brother in Bacoor, in Cavite. Good AM, Gino fam, and the Panay posse. All right. Hey, JB. All right, JB. Good morning, JB. Good morning, Gino, Edgar, Kevin, Michael M, Joe K, Future Farmer. A lot of people already on the live stream. Thank you so much for the support this morning. Joe, hi, Fortune. Yo, Tim, my good friend in Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. All right, Tim. Bizwax, good morning, Fortune, Edgar, Michael, Belus, all right, Belus. My brother in Leyte, good morning, brother. Sunny blue. Yeah, right. Sunny weather. Hey, finally, right? I think this is it, Belis. I think we're in the clear. I think we're getting good weather from now on. I'm expecting good weather from now on here in Western Visayas. I think that first typhoon of the year, I think that's just a fluke, because usually every year in Atiatihan, we get good weather during Atiatihan. So I think we're finally in the clear. Finally in the clear. Let me just, it skipped up, so I have to go back. Yeah, I just don't want to not read your comment. It's like, good morning all from Bizwax in Davao. Joe, hello JP. Good AM, Kevin, Edgar, Michael M, Joe, Biz, and JP from Fortune. Good AM, Blues. Leanna has, yes, Leanna had class because the town of Calibo, the mayor declared no school, right? But we're in Numancia, man. This is another town, so our mayor of Numancia dropped off Leanna, and I saw kids in uniform, so she has school today. But Calibo, no school in Calibo. All the kids in Calibo are off today. Belus, good morning, Master Fortune and all. JP Belus. Edgar, good morning, Fortune. How's your first ati-atihan? JP Edgar. All right, Fortune's asking. Good morning, all. Good morning, all. From the Colonel, JP. Fortune, ati-atihan was great, but a bit long and a lot loud. Yeah, well, it is what it is, man. It is loud, That's why this year, Ruben, he went through Ati-Atihan last year. That was his first Ati-Atihan. He got here after New Year, so he stayed for Ati-Atihan. This year, he said, nah, I'm going to skip Ati-Atihan this year. So he's in San Diego, but now he's going to be headed back to Calibo because Ati-Atihan is over. Will you visit Boracay since Ati-Atihan? Yes, we're going to be in Boracay. I'm going to go with my friends, Joel and Chris. Chris is headed back to San Diego on Monday, next Monday. So he hasn't been in many, many years. He hasn't been to Boracay. So I'm going to hang out with them. I'm going to hang out with Joel and Chris. We're going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to be in Boracay Island. Hey, Colonel, you still storming? storming the beaches in summer, in Leyte. Good AM, Colonel. Going to Tacloban today. All right, Belus is finally kicking you out. That's funny, Colonel. It's really loud with the bass drum. Yeah, that's why I wear earplugs all the time. That's my solution. It's like I wear earplugs when I'm walking around. That's why I'm able to be up against the drums, film them, because I protect my ears. Iloilo turned this week. You there, Colonel? I'm sure I will be, or should be. Everyone, don't forget the thumb. Thank you, Colonel. I had my Copico Blanca an hour ago with pandesal. Now my house smells like pine sol. I'm from Hopping Pine Sol. There's Dazzle. Good morning, babe. Derek. Aloha, my brother. The first NFL game. I forgot about that. Man, I haven't been keeping track of NFL football, man. That's why don't let me see. Well, maybe I don't really mind. The only team that I wouldn't mind that I'll try to watch, but I guess if they played already, I missed the game already. Was the Rams. I used to be a big fan of the Los Angeles Rams, but I lost interest with them when they moved to St. Louis, and now they're back in LA, but I haven't forgiven them. For leaving Los Angeles. But if there's a team that I wouldn't mind seeing do well, would be the Rams. Good AM, Derek from Fortune. JP, best part of Ati-Atihan was eating with Master Sergeant Gino, Joel, Chris and Mel. All right, JP. I'm glad. You had fun. You had fun yesterday at Fiesta. Captain Ron, how else do you get Pogi points other than having the right motorcycle? Maybe you and Dazzle could show us the proper way to get Pogi points. All right, let me take a picture of that the Pogi points. So I will discuss with Dazzle. I will discuss with Dazzle and see what else uh, what else we can think of about getting some Pogi points. Main thing, I think, for me, as long as you're a good guy, you're a good person, you respect the people here, you're gonna meet some good Filipinos here. I think that's what it's all about. If you come to the Philippines, and I'm not knocking them, it's like, they're free to do it. Guys go to like Angeles City and chase a lot of women, the bars and all that. Hey, back in my younger days, it's like I hit those bars. I hit Angeles City. I was stationed at Clark. But I think if you're, at our age, 50s, 60s, 70s, at our age, usually the people that come here, they're looking for like a lifelong partner. I think those are the ones that get the Pogi points, get the ones that kind of play around. They, just kind of like get as many women as they can. Eventually that will catch up with you here in the Philippines. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. But hey, they're free to do it. It's a free country. You can do whatever you want here in the Philippines. That's the beauty of it. Everybody has something here available for everyone. That's true, JP. What did you feast on? What did you feast on? Charlie Lass, hey, good morning, Charlie Lass. My good friend in Boston. Gee, hey, congratulations, New England won. All right, that's a game I know that it's like I know that's gonna make my brother in Boston happy. Leo, my good friend Leo, he's gonna be happy that the Patriots. He's got a collection of like Patriots. He's got a Patriots room, kind of like his man cave with helmets and signed jerseys and everything. So he's a big Patriots fan. Joe, I'm on Team Ruben and Lamb Chop. I'm Team Ruben and Lamb Chop. I think I can stay home after maybe a short time, seeing some of the activities. All the bands sounded the same loud. Oh yeah, very loud. Very at the end, that's what the Rams, yeah, Bear. Okay, they haven't played. All right, good. I might be able to catch some of the Rams in the Bears game then. I'm seeing big fire behind Makati area. Seeing this driving along the Skyway crawl. Ooh, man. Hopefully they control that, man. I know that's the one thing here in the Philippines. During the dry season, during the wet season, July to December, we get a lot of flooding. During the dry season, especially around March, April, May, those 3 months, a lot of fires here. Even sometimes a wildfire, because all the green that you see, all the green stuff that you see, when we get to drought condition, all that dries up, and dried grass, that's very flammable, spreads really fast, and with the winds, it's like, I remember one year, even at the NAIA, at the Manila International Airport, there's an area there where people park. And because they had dried grass in the area, it caught fire. I don't know how it started. Maybe a cigarette, maybe something, right? And it damaged vehicles. It set like 20 vehicles parked along that dried grass, like 20, 30 vehicles on fire on the airport parking, So serious stuff here. Fire during the dry season, very serious. JP, I would like to see a short from Dazzle on Pogi. All right. A short on Pogi points. All right. That's going to be Dazzle's homework. I'm going to give Dazzle a homework. I'll try to assist. Good AM, Charlie. Derek in Angelia. All right. Charlie, Colonel, if you go to Angeles, you're probably not looking for an angel. The city of angels, like the Los Angeles, the city of angels. Yeah, Angeles City. Yeah, that's pretty. That's a. Yeah, I think you hit you're right on. You're right on, Colonel. If you're hitting Angeles City, Walking Street, the red light district here in the Philippines, you're probably not gonna find an angel in there. But they're just doing work there, man. Like I said, it's the girls there are single, the guys that go there are single. So um, that's available. That's available here in the Philippines. Charlie Latz, good AM fortune. Lucita, good morning, my good friend in Maine. Good morning, Gino. We have been watching your live stream when you were at Clark 2 to 3 years ago. It brings back memories. All right. I'm glad. We might try to go to Clark this year. We're still working on it. Maybe March. I'm looking at dates at March because I still have a lot of friends at Clark. During the people I work with at the 13th Air Force Medical Center when Clark used to be an Air Force base. I'm still friends with coworkers. The coworkers like worked in the outpatient records, inpatient records, in the hospital. The people that I work with, I'm still friends with them. I mean, we're all like 60 and above. Back then I was like in my early 20s. So, but we're still friends. We kept track. We actually have a group on Facebook, that the 13th Air Force Medical Center group. In Angeles City in the 80s, the Nipa Hut. Hey man, I think everybody that's been at Clark, don't forget the Nipa Hut. That's kind of like scarred in your mind. If you ever visited the Nipa Hut, it's like, what is that? If you know, one of those things. The Colonel, not good fortune. Hope no injuries. Oh, okay. Let me fortune today. I didn't catch it. Okay, hopefully I'll read there. Good morning, Ted. Good morning, Gino and all. If one high pogi point score, smell good, dress nice. Oh yeah, right there. Good tip, right? Good. If you're you're not looking like a homeless person, that would help. It's like if you shower, smell good, dress nice. I mean, you don't have to like deck out or anything. Decent shorts, collar shirt, right? Fortune, good AM, Ted and LV. Good AM, Master Fortune. You can also be respect. Oh yeah, definitely. That's the thing. If you're respectful, if you're a good person, that will come out anyway. If you're polite to people, if you're kind to people, that's gonna show. It's like also if you're one of those, you can tell. That you can tell the ones that are, oh man, he's trouble. He's trouble. John B. Hi, Sir Fortune, Colonel, good morning. JP, I will bring Dazzle chocolate tomorrow if she makes a pokey short. All right. I will ask her. I will ask her when she's up already. She came down, but I'm sure she's still sleepy. Bruce Jones, I'm on Polillo Island. All right, a very remote paradise. Fresh breezes, fabulous station fish. Houses are hollow block, bamboo, and tin roofs surrounded by Man, you're in paradise. You're in paradise, my brother. Yeah, that is a blessing when you can, when you're in that kind of environment. Like me, I'm excited about hanging out with my friends, Joel and Chris, when we go to Boracay this weekend because all I've been seeing in Boracay, all in here in our community, it's been raining, right? It's been wet, raining. And I know this, when I'm looking at the weather now, we're going to have nothing but sunshine this weekend. It's going to be an awesome Boracay weekend. Lowell, kumusta from Oregon? All right, Lowell, kumusta? Mabuti ako, Lowell. Salamat, kapatid. Mabuhay. God bless, my brother. John B. Sir JP Calibo, good morning. Good morning, Fortune. Good AM, John V and Lucita. Welcome, John V and Lowell. Lowell, good morning, Fortune and JP. JP, hello, Lowell. Careful traveling the crawl, Fortune. Good morning, Colonel. Bruce, good food on Polillo. Fresh, healthy. Man, that's amazing. I'm glad, man. I know you were in the city, and I remember, Bruce, you're in the city now. I'm glad you're away from the city. I always tell people, man, you know, come to the Philippines, I mean, the cities are nice. Don't get me wrong. You know, it's like Iloilo City is one of my favorite places because it's a city. But Manila, if you're like in the Metro Manila, Cebu City area, you know, you really have to go outside to the city to really experience the Philippines. And then like Polillo, right? Like Bruce is saying, man, when you're like in a paradise type environment, white beach, you know, you fresh seafood that they're like, you can see that they're carrying it in bucket, and they usually carry a scale, and you can buy fish right on the beach, you know, things like that, man. It's like you become feeling thankful about your life, that you finally reach a point in your life where you can enjoy those things, you can relax, you know. It's like you know, most of our lives, I know you know, I was in it, and I was in the military 20 years. Most of us, you know, we live stressful lives. That's why I think, you know, once we get to retire here in the Philippines, we really get to like appreciate it, because just looking back, you know, it's like thankful that you're able to like retire here and just enjoy life. Fortune, you will fly to Clark from Katiklan. You will fly to Clark from Katiklan. Hey, Castaway Drip, Castaway Drip. All right, Michael S. in Dumaguete. Good morning, man. Sunny, man. It's like, man, this is so awesome. Now, finally, all the rain and all the rain clouds, they're gone. Talking about the fire. Oh, talking about hope no. Okay, got it. I was thinking. Thank you, Colonel. You know how the comments sometimes, Colonel. You know, like I get on a different topic, and I'm like, you know, I'm not thinking like about talking about the fire. All right, talking about the fire. Ali, good morning. Have a wonderful, happy, peaceful day, Gino. God bless. Thank you, Ali. Appreciate it. You lose pogi points if you drive. Blue scooter. That's funny, Edgar. Fortune. Good AM, Michael S. Hope, great birthday. Oh yeah, right. It was Che's birthday last Friday. That's awesome. I'm sure Che and Michael had a great time. John B. Sir Castaway Drift. Gino, good morning. We have a house 2 hours. Nice. Polillo. I've never been to Polillo Island. South of Tacloban. Nice. South of Tacloban. You have a house there. All right, Derek. Edgar already cashed in his Pogi points. Castaway. Morning, Master Fortune. Great birthday. All right. Good to hear, Michael. JP, John V. All right. Morning, John V from Castaway Drift. Polillo faces Pacific. Great beaches there. I'm gonna have to look for it now, man. I've kind of heard about it, but I've never been, and I have to look at it now. Where it's at. I'm not familiar where Polillo Island is. Good AM, Lowell. Art. Hello, Gino and Michael. All right, Art. Thank you. Hey, there's Daniel, our brother in Jacksonville, Florida. All my posse brothers. Hi, Daniel. Thanks, Colonel. Hit a car in front in Cavitex earlier. When it's traffic, it's stop and go. Some alertness. Oh yeah, they don't pay attention. They get distracted. Just be careful, man. Be careful, Fortune. Edgar, hello, Sergeant USA. JP, I can sense the dark force is near. Have you seen Darth Edgar? Darth Edgar. Good morning, Art. All right. Hi. Sergeant USA. Oh, I was gonna tell you guys who won. You know who won at the ATM, because the grand prize, who won the grand prize for Atiatian? Yes, they awarded it. They awarded the grand prize, 1.1 million pesos. So that's about $20,000. They had a big check right there. Guy holding up the big check. It says champion, tribal, big category, because there's several categories, but the tribal group, the big group, they have this big check that gets presented to them. And the group, let me see here, big category group. Let me see here. I don't want to make a mistake now. I don't want to mistake. I get confused sometimes because of the different categories. But it says here, Tribo Linabuanon. Tribo Linabuanon. Linabuanon is like in Calibo, one of the barangays in Calibo. And they won 1.1 million tribal big category, 1.1 million pesos, about $20,000. Some of the groups that are familiar to me, they also got like awards, like first, second, and third gets award. I know the Black Beauty Boys, it says here. It's this one's in Tagalog, so it says official namang nasungkit unang pwesto, habang pangalawa ang Vikings. So it's usually the same groups, and I was able to film them. On the last video that I came out, I was able to film like the big groups that won, like Black Beauty Boys. You can see their costume. The Tribo Linabuan, I was able. The Vikings, I was like able to. Tribo Alibangbang. So they're cool names, and I was able to film them on the last video that I put out. And then fourth place, Libtong Boys. I remember filming them also. So 1.1 million. So that kind of goes up every year too, because I remember last year it's 1 million. So 1.1 this year. So maybe next year 1.2 million. It keeps going up, you know. They keep upping their game. Keep upping their game there. Maybe inflation. Maybe inflation too. Maybe inflation. Arriving in the Philippines, I was finally able to exhale, Gino. All right, man. I know the feeling, man. I know, even for me, man. I remember that. Even way back in 2011, it's like it's a feeling of exhaling. I know what you're talking about, brother. Fortune, maybe you heard about Polillo, because it's also typhoon path. All right, maybe. JP, Seahawks stomped I saw that Seahawks won. Congratulations, JP, for your Seattle Seahawks. Oh yeah, traffic should be back to normal now, Edgar. They're pretty quick, man, as far as like getting Calibo back to normal. I know the streets man, I'm amazed how fast they clean everything, because I'm sure they were working midnight till early in the morning, clearing out all the garbage, trash, everything gets swept, everything gets cleaned, and then no school today, so that will reduce traffic. No kids going to school, no, elementary, high school, college, no school in Calibo today. So should be quiet in Calibo today after all that. Blue Arrow. All right, go ahead, JP, man. You need to roam with Blue Arrow, man, with the weather, man. This is like awesome weather. And it should stay like this from now on. We should be done with all that rain and all the low pressure area and all that. This is this is the start of summer. You really feel summer now. It's gonna get hotter and hottest, this time of the year, man. Edgar, going to Iloilo for dinagyang? Dinagyang? Daniel. Hello, Fort. John V. JP Edgar. Hair's looking good, Gino. High and tight. Yeah, actually, I had it cut. It wasn't my normal barber, Jason, in Calibo, because it was so crazy in Calibo, man. It's like traffic. I would, and then I don't know if he's even working because, everybody kind of takes off. So I got this haircut here in Numancia, man. I found a barber shop, newly opened barber shop here in our small town. The guy did a good job. I mean, I'm not going, nice high and tight. Nice high and tight. Thank you, Michael. That's very intense festival. Belus, lots to do and see. I am not good with crowds. As you can tell. It is. I mean, if you're not good with crowds, man, you'll struggle with Atiatian because, man, it's just a lot of people. There's, especially Saturday and Sunday, the last 2 days of the festival. Even if you wanted to watch like a Pastrana Park, it's like 10 deep of people. You're like, if you're, you got like tippy toe. I'm doing my GoPro. I'm like lifting my GoPro just to see what's going on. Just so many people. Emilio, hi, good morning, Gino. How's the weather? Awesome weather, man. This is like it's the start of the summer now. I can bank on this good weather from now on. Man. It's like a sunny, blue skies, no clouds. I will probably start getting into the festivals once I've been here longer. Now everything is new and amazing to see and experience. All right, Edgar. Polillo has turned me into a full-blown fish eater. All right. I had some fish this weekend. I had some filet, like dory fish, and then one fish that I saw, it was like big, gigantic fish, and they steamed it. So I got to eat a lot of fish this weekend during the fiesta. Now everything is new and amazing. All right, awesome. I now love fish. Head stew after years of avoiding it. Yeah, because that could be intimidating, Bruce, right? In the U.S., we're all used to like the fish fillet or fish and chips, everything fried, or fish fry, But here, the stew are delicious, man. They put vegetables in the stew, and of course, they always include the head of the fish. Good AM, Emilio from Fortune. Is the party over? Yes, the party is over in Calibo. It ended last night with the fireworks. Atiatian 2026 is in the books. They already awarded the 1.1 million peso award for the best tribal group in Calibo. All right. I do have a topic now. I can hit it. We're done. I'm at the bottom of the comments. So the topic that I came up today, I was just thinking this morning. I was like, man, I got to come up with a topic. The topic is the Philippines, one of the last frontier. And the reason I say that, the reason I say that it's one of the last frontier, one, things around the world is like it's getting crazy, right? I'm trying to think of a word. It's pretty much everything that's going on in the world. It's just like if you really watch the news, I try to not watch too much news anymore because it's not healthy, right? It's not healthy to like all the negativity that you end up seeing. All that, it seems like chaos, right? It seems like chaos. Nobody seems to agree anymore. So the reason why I say the Philippines is one of the last frontiers, especially if you come here to the Philippines and you go to the provinces, Panay Island. I'll use Panay Island as an example. Hey, Belus, I see Belus. I have seen massive lobster here. Like feed the whole family. All right, Belus. If you go to Panay Island, here in Aklan, Belus in Leyte, you got areas with so much beauty and not developed. People always harp on the infrastructure, terrible infrastructure in the Philippines. They, horrible roads, no bathrooms, all these infrastructures that they need to build here. But in a way, it's kind of like a blessing that we don't have all the infrastructure. That is still, there's still many places. You can see on James and Karen's adventure on their videos when they go to Libacao up in the mountains. They're just building roads to take you places where they're, undiscovered. It's like nobody ever haven't even lived there. Building roads to get you over the mountains. Majas Mountain. In Leyte, it's like James just came back from there. They're filming the Colonel. They were filming in the Leyte, and I was watching like where Belus. They were walking to Belus's farm. I mean, I'm just looking at the beauty, man. It's like all the rice field, the greenery, the mountain in the background. It's kind of like one of the last frontier where for me, especially for me, what attracted me to come back home here after I was done working in the U.S. and to retire here almost 15 years ago now, it still reminds me now, that's why I enjoy it so much here in Panay Island, here in Aklan Province and Boracay. That's my favorite happy place on earth, Boracay, because it's the Philippines that I remember in the 1970s. I grew up I was born in 1966. I left for the U.S. at 1978 when I was 12. So for those first 12 years, when I'm in Aklan Province, this is what I remember the Philippines was all about. Even though I went to school in Metro Manila, even Metro Manila back then, it wasn't as there were traffic, don't get me wrong. España, even back then, what's the other, Santa Cruz, those areas, there was traffic back then, but not to the same amount, not the same big Metro Manila now. But I spent my vacations, my summer vacations in the province in Bulacan with my relatives in Bulacan, the rice fields, the lakes there, the rivers. And that's what I see here in Aklan Province. That's why I enjoyed here so much. It brings me back to my youth. It's all, even the food that I get to eat now. Like the taho, I get to eat taho. I get to eat pandesal. I get to eat bibingka. I get to eat puto bongbong. Stuff that when I left, when I was in the U.S., they were rare for me to eat those food or experience the same experiences that I get to experience now. That's why, and for me, one of the things, especially if you do your research here in the Philippines, you select the correct province here, you will find peaceful places here. And I'm not saying you can't find peaceful places like in America. I know there's many peaceful places in America. When Belus was in Wyoming, me and him were like communicating. He was sending me pictures, video when he was in Wyoming. That's God's country there in Wyoming. It's like beautiful, right? I mean, you can find, but you still have to like filter out all the, you still have to remove the news in your life, because like you'll still see, like for me here in the Philippines, the news, when I don't watch it, I don't really get a lot of Filipino news like thrown at me or that affects me here, that my life. The only news that I really get that I see a lot of negativity, unfortunately, is the news from America. The things that are that going on, the division in America. I do see there was a one time big news here on the flood control, the corruption, the government corruption with the flood control, but that's been going on here forever. It's like I don't think that's a big secret. I think all Filipinos, it's unfortunate, but it's the life here. They know that that people are using the money for their own purpose. The government money. It's like that's supposed to go to the people. Unfortunately, it's being stolen. Like even as an example, even the festival, even the Ati-Atihan festival, that's a big event. That's hundreds of thousands of people in one area, right? And it was very peaceful. It was very festive. Like JP, Edgar, they can tell you. You can walk around. People are smiling. People are taking pictures. People are seeing people that they haven't seen. Hey, Gino, what's up? What's up? It was just happy. It's like I don't see many events like that anymore. Like maybe it's just me. I'm here and all. You know how YouTube is. You just or Facebook even. You just see the division. You see the negative. Maybe that about in America. That's what I'm seeing. But here, really, even when I go to my Facebook, all I'm seeing is people like showing what they're doing at Atihan, posing with the different tribes, doing sadsad with their different groups, it's just a happier environment, That's why part of the reason I think it's still one of the last frontier, because I haven't heard any event now where in the U.S. if you have an event that much, right? That thousands of people, even like when the football team, baseball team, when they win the championship, they're really careful because like usually there's a riot afterwards. There's people burning things and people like destroying things, right? It's like it seems like you don't see like that peaceful, just you can express happiness by not destroying stuff. It's like I know, whoever wins the Super Bowl, the city, they got to prepare like police, they got to prepare, make sure that there's not a riot that happens. You just don't see that here. With a big celebration in Calibo, I felt totally safe. I'm walking around, it's like I'm not worried about anybody like disturbing the peace or anything like that. And the last portion I'm going to talk about, the Philippines being one of the last frontier, is it's one of the few places in the world now, I think, just my opinion now, don't hammer me with this opinion. It's kind of like one of the last frontier where you can still find traditional women, right? The people I've talked to, they're like, man, I can't even date anymore in the U.S. The guys are coming here. They're in 50s, 60s, 70s. If you're single and you're in America, it's hard to date. It's hard to date. That traditional woman, very hard to find, right? Very hard to find. This is it. One of the last frontiers on earth, man, is the Philippines, where you can still find a traditional woman. A woman that, the culture here in the Philippines, the man is the head of the family. You can talk to most, especially the older generation, our uncles, or even the young people here, because it's kind of like taught to us that you're the man of the family. You got to take care of your family. And that's the culture here. It's like you're supposed to be the breadwinner. You're supposed to be like, you take care of the family. The wife is supposed to take care of the kids, take care of their husband. It's still traditional, probably how it was in the U.S. back in the 50s before I was born. That's what people tell me. In the 50s and 60s in the U.S. is how it is. You can still find many traditional Filipina here. And a lot of times, a lot of people that I talk to here, the reason people can find, I'm sure you can find traditional women probably, I don't know, South America, because the South American culture, Filipino culture is kind of similar. We were both under Spanish rule, right? A lot religious, right? They have a lot of the Catholic Church in South America. But the trouble with South America is you would have to know Spanish. It's like if you're an American, if you're like English speaking, that could be a barrier for you to find. That's always why the Philippines is attracted to single men, because Filipinos know how to speak English. It's like the language barrier. Same thing in Thailand. I keep hearing all these arguments about it's much better in Thailand, but if you go there, they don't speak English. I lived in Korea, I lived in Japan, same thing in Korea, same thing in Japan. they're nice countries. It's like a better infrastructure, better medical, better everything than the Philippines, right? But they don't speak English. So if you're trying to meet a partner for life, you got that language barrier that makes it difficult for you to find a partner. And that was it. That was my topic for today. Philippines, one of the last frontier. They have balloons. They have lobster too in Boracay. Every time I go to Boracay, they're not cheap though. That's the thing. That's the thing about Boracay. Everything, all the seafood in Boracay is so expensive. When I go to Boracay, I just eat like the Carinderia food, or like the food that I don't get to eat here in Calibo. The fast food like KFC. We don't have KFC here in the mainland. Because seafood, I can get cheap seafood here in Boracay. I would have to pay 2 to 3 times more in Boracay for seafood. JP, there are still people singing loud, but karaoke at night here? Or did Dart Edgar step on the cat! Step on the cat! Are you eating the fish eyes? Fish eyes, huh? Captain Ron. McDonald's filet fish sandwich. I wish they still have that. Here in Calibo, man, I can't get that filet fish sandwich. They took it off the menu. I'm like, man, there's so much fish in the Philippines, man. Why of all things, take out that, we don't have it, man. They don't have the McDonald's here in, maybe, I guess, Filipinos, they're tired of fish. So it's not a big seller for them. So they took it off the menu. My biggest shock eating fish stew in Korea, fresh from the States, was when I found the intestines hanging from my chopsticks. From your chopsticks. At least here, Joe, they clean here in the Philippines. The fish, they descale it and remove all the inside, when they make fish soup here. Renz, good AM, Renz. Philippines had a lot to offer. I think so. Especially for people on that budget retirement where they're retiring. The average Social Security now is about $1,700 to $1,800. You can retire with that here in the Philippines. If you're single, with a family, it might be tight. But $1,700, $1,800 if you're single, you'll actually save money while you're here. A lot of those unexplored places were haven for NPA communists before. Yeah, I don't hear much about the National People's Army, the NPA. I'm sure they still exist, but here in Panay Island, I don't hear them. It's like it's not in the news. And even other places. The only place really, I'm not trying to knock them, but the only place really in the Philippines that you still hear about trouble is like Mindanao. Unfortunately, that's why the U.S. State Department has a permanent warning about the Mindanao area. I mean, the beautiful areas in Mindanao, I'm sure, but it's just like, it's always, things happen there for some reason. How far is James and Karen from your place, Emilio? He lives about 30 minutes away. We live in Numancia. I have to go through Calibo, Banga, Calibo, Banga, and then Balete. So three towns, but not far at all. Sometimes Tulisanes. Belus, last frontier, wild west. Agree 100%. Right there you go. Thank you, Belus. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. Alaska as well. Yeah, like I said, I know there are, Wyoming, I'm sure, from the photos and videos you share me, there's like, the space is there, still the wild west, kind of like the last frontier. But the problem is you still have to, be around that noise, the media, it's like what don't get you make you stronger. And there are plenty of them. We hope to own that mountain in time. God's country. I know, right? I know, Vilus. I know, Vilus. That Philippine life had a VE, from Iloilo to an island. All right. Joe, if I was in Colonel's place and had a cobra hiss at me walking in the rice paddy, I would need to change my pants. I would need to change my pants. Friends, Metro Manila, northern parts and southern parts were still Kogon areas like those in North Caloocan, Fairview, Novaliches, while BF Homes subdivision were still sparsely populated. Yeah, I remember in the 70s, growing up in Quezon City, is where in Frisco, Quezon City is where, before we moved to the U.S. I mean, I could not recognize it. I could not recognize this when I came back. After, when I retired and came back here, it's just grown. It's grown so much. That area, like Novaliches, that was like rural. Back in the day. Now it's like almost like a city. It's like that was like I had relatives in Novaliches, and we would go there. That was like back in the day. That was all farm area. Not even Bulacan. My relatives that I visit in Bulacan, that I took Dazzle there in 2022. We drove our car all the way to Bulacan, and we rode the ferry and then drove Batangas to Bulacan. Even there, man, they had SM. They had SM mall in Bulacan, in Marilao, Bulacan. I mean, it's like grown. It's not even like my relatives. Even they were lived by a farm, by rice fields. Man, they got buildings now. They got everything has changed for sure. That was in the early 70s to early 90s. Sometimes local television exaggerate the news. Watched television yesterday. Local television reported two drunk people fighting. The Bears versus Rams. All right. Good luck, Rams. Let's go, Rams. Biswax. I wouldn't mind seeing the Bears. The Bears win the game. The Bears. Paul Morgan. Hope you enjoy the weekend. Oh yeah, amazing weekend. Thank you, Paul. I still love the oyster sisig. Yeah, I know, right? I'm glad I made you try the oyster sisig, Emilio, because that's really just a Aklan thing. It's like I haven't seen oyster sisig anywhere else, but here in Aklan. I'm glad that you got to try that. Hello, from Angeles City in Pampanga. Hello is from Angeles City. Daniel, a huge plus with the Philippines is you can use your military insurance. TRICARE, definitely. For me, it's like I'm blessed. I'm blessed that I can use my TRICARE medical insurance here from the U.S. I can get treated here. I have to pay a copay, and my copay is 25% here, but it's a blessing that I have medical care here in the Philippines. Thailand. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know that Thailand. I thought maybe Thailand would make sense because they always say that they have better medical in Thailand. I'm surprised. Good morning, damn Texan. Sorry to hear that, Brian. Rams up. All right, Rams. Let's go, Rams. Let's go. Brian McCastellan. All right, another day closer to my big move to Iloilo. All right, man. You're gonna have, man, Iloilo. I always tell people, man, Iloilo City is definitely the best city in the Philippines. And outside, if you're not living in Iloilo City, all of Iloilo, man, it's like great place to live. Amazing people, some of the friendliest people you'll meet here in the Philippines. See you all soon, buddy. All right, Brian. Looking forward to it, Brian. 7-7 to start second quarter. All right. Belush, yes. God's will, Colonel was knit tag. Super loud means super close and large. Ooh, super close and large. We will hunt it for future. Prevent. Oh, good, Belize. Yeah, definitely, man. Let me see here. I got to the bottom of the comments. I'll have to look up later. Someone messaged me about do a topic, but I can't. If my WhatsApp is on this phone, I can't check it on this other phone that I'm using. If it was my messenger, I can check. All right. Brian says, "Y'all have a great day, bro." All right, Brian. I'm actually gonna head to Calibo after this live stream. I gotta run errands in Calibo. We're like thin on stuff in our refrigerator because we haven't been able to go grocery shopping for over a week in Calibo because of the traffic. I just didn't want to mess. That's the thing. Before the Atiatian start, I loaded our freezer, loaded our refrigerator, but that was like, it started January 11th. We're like the 19th now. That's like 8 days ago. So we definitely have to refill our refrigerator. Have to shop for groceries, run errands in Calibo today. Emilio, Filipino can make anything from oyster sisig to crispy kare-kare. They have too much. Yeah, modern take. I've noticed that on a lot of menus. A lot of fusion meals, a lot of traditional Filipino dishes. They're making it into more modern. They're modernizing it, like the crispy kare-kare. I never had that. Like crispy pork and then the kare-kare sauce and the veggies. That's pretty new. That's maybe a couple of years. When they start serving that at a restaurant. Very popular now, very popular at restaurants. And then Friday, tomorrow we're supposed to go fishing. So go fishing tomorrow. Chris, he goes back Monday, the coming week, and he's watched our videos on Loola's fish farm. So he wanted to go fish on Edgar. So Edgar, if you're not doing anything tomorrow, man, fishing tomorrow, I know JP's just gonna ride Blue Arrow to Loola. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow, Edgar, Dazzle and Mom, they're gonna be fishing, and then I'll pick up my friend Chris and Joel to go fishing at Loola. And should be beautiful weather. Weather's gonna be awesome tomorrow. This week, I tried to get appointment at DMV to update my driver's license and discovered that I have to wait till 17 February. Oh, wow, man. I'm surprised you had to wait. How you had to wait like 17 February, man. I know for JP, he's got to wait till he gets his the alien ACR card, the certificate of registration. And we should be coming up on the 10 more days. JP's got to extend his visa. So I'll take him to Calibo. The first, when JP landed in December, he got 29 days on the tourist visa. So when I take him to Calibo to get it extended, the first extension, they only extended for 1 month, for 30 days. And it's nice to do it here in Calibo because there's no line here. Nobody's ever there. Every time I take a person to renew their tourist visa here, it's in and out. 10, 15 minutes, you're done. You're basically just paying to stay. You're extending 30 days. You pay for the 30 days. And then after the first extension, the second extension, you can extend for 2 months at a time. And here in the province, you're only allowed to extend 2 months at a time. The only place that extends for 6 months is the main office in Manila. But on the second extension, JP will be able to get his Filipino driver's license. All he has to show is that ACR card and also his driver's license from the US. And if you want to ride a motorbike here in the Philippines, your US license will have to have that designation that the motorcycle endorsement, what they call that. You can ride a motorcycle in the US. So that they'll just transfer that. They'll on your Philippine license, they'll put that you're eligible to drive a motor. Somebody had asked me that how come they didn't put motorcycle license on their license, the Philippine license? I asked him, do you have motorcycle license in the US? He said no. So I'm like, why would you expect it to be in? If you don't have the motorcycle endorsement in the US, how can you expect them to put it, motorcycle license here in the Philippines? Yeah, I get sometimes I get like the weirdest questions. And is it Lola time tomorrow? I don't do anything. Yes, Lola's fish farm tomorrow. They open at 9. Today they're actually closed. Mondays, Lola's fish farm is closed on Monday. So tomorrow at 9 is when they open. We'll go fishing. They'll go fishing. Then we'll eat lunch there at noontime. You don't have to bring anything to Lola's fish farm because their the pancit noodles, really delicious. They got lumpia there. Delicious lumpia. And then if you get there early, you can catch the fish. They'll cook the fish that you catch. So if you could catch a tilapia, if you want it fried, you want it grilled, they'll cook it for you for lunch. You get to eat your catch for lunch. Can't get any more fresh than that, right? You catch it in the morning, cook it right there, eat it for lunch. Who says that the Philippines has a long wait for services? Daniel is getting patience training. Hey, that's good, right? At least you're getting patience training. Fortune, Malampaya East 1. They found natural gas. Oh, wow. So this is a new location after the previous Malampaya location. Oh, that's awesome, man. Guess I'm good until February 10 for my extension. I will go in about February 3. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So I know JP's good until the 29th. So we'll go 22nd. Maybe we'll go this week. Maybe we'll go in there and renew extend JP's. Martin Luther King tomorrow. Oh yeah, we're one day ahead here. So I know the 19th is Martin Luther King. Flyboy, hey Flyboy, exchange rate. It's 59.35. 59.35. Pretty high. I mean, that's like near the all time. I think the all time was 59.40. So it's hovering over that all time high here. Don't try finding it on your own, JP. Oh yeah, that's what I told JP I'll take him. You'll never find it. It's one of those offices here in Calibo. You will never expect where they put the Bureau of Immigration. It's in a sports complex. The building is like the ABL, Aklan Sports Complex. It's in a sports complex in one of the areas, like first floor. He'll never find it, right, Edgar? He'll never find it. That's why I told JP I'll meet him in Calibo, and I'll take him to the office, the tourist visa office. Maybe that's why nobody's ever there. They can't find it. They can't find it where it's at, man. All right. Let me just look here. All right, I got to the bottom of the comments, so it looks like no more comments. I went through my topic. I'm gonna end the live stream. I'm gonna end the live stream right here. That way, I can make a run. I can make a run to Calibo. The groceries open now. SM Cherry and Save More Grocery in Calibo. They open at 8, so it's 8:26. So I'm good to go. I'm good to go. All right, thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it, Daniel. All right, everybody, take care. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Please take care, and everyone, stay blessed. Stay blessed. Oh, last catch there from Castaway. 7 days early usually works well. All right, a standard extension. If I get too close, I would then have to expedite. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Michael, because I want to make sure JP's in the clear, man. We got to make sure that JP's good, man. Super Bowl, come on Mondays about 7 a.m. Super Bowl, come on Mondays about 7 a.m. All right, all right, all right. Take care, Derek. Everyone, take care. Stay blessed, stay blessed.